Derek called me into the break room on Christmas Eve, right in front of the evening shift crew. "Pack your things. You're done here. Effective immediately." I stared at him. "What?" He smirked. "I'm bringing in someone who actually knows what they're doing." Everyone was watching. Someone whispered. My heart dropped. And then he called security to escort me out like I'd stolen something. I'm Emma. I'm 24 years old. And 3 days before Christmas, I had no job, a 5-year-old daughter at home, and no idea how I'd make rent. But what Derek didn't know was that I built that entire system he was about to destroy. Let me back up. I started at that warehouse supply company 3 years ago. Floor associate, minimum wage, single mom trying to make it work. My daughter Lily was 2 at the time, and I was surviving on 4 hours of sleep and grocery store coffee. I worked my way up. Not because I had a degree or connections. I didn't. But I had something else. I cared. And I paid attention. The old manager, George, he saw that. He let me shadow him in inventory coordination, taught me the basics. Then I taught myself the rest. Excel, database management, basic coding. YouTube tutorials at midnight after Lily went to bed. Free online courses during my lunch breaks. George and I built a custom inventory tracking system from scratch. It saved the company thousands, maybe more. I wasn't flashy. I wore the same hoodie twice a week, brought packed lunches, drove a car older than my career. But I was proud of my work. I was good at it. When George retired 6 months ago, I thought maybe, just maybe, I'd get promoted. Instead, corporate hired Derek, mid-30s, slick hair, expensive watch, friend of the regional VP. He made it clear from day one that I was just support staff. If you've ever been pushed aside at work by someone who didn't earn it, subscribe right now and tell me where you're watching from. Because what happened next proved that hard work doesn't always protect you, but it can save you. December 23rd. I showed up expecting the usual holiday rush chaos. Orders piling up, clients calling, the kind of busy that makes the day fly by. Derek pulled me into the back office. HR was on a video call. No warning, no witness in the room. "We're restructuring," he said. "Your position's been eliminated." I blinked. "What? I've been here 3 years. George said George is gone. I run this now." His voice was flat, cold. "You've been resistant to new leadership. We're going in a different direction." My chest tightened. "What about severance?" 2 weeks. 2? The standard is 4. He leaned back in his chair. "You made inventory errors that cost the company money. We're being generous." "I didn't make any errors. Show me." "Don't make this ugly, Emma." The HR rep on the screen said nothing, just nodded along like a bobblehead. Derek stood. "Come on." He walked me out to the floor. That's when I saw him. Kyle, Derek's former college buddy, sitting at a desk that hadn't been there yesterday, smiling, shaking hands with my coworkers. Zero logistics experience. I'd heard Derek talk about him at the coffee station. Good guy. We rushed the same frat. Ray, one of the senior leads, shook his head when he saw me, but he didn't say anything. Derek handed me a cardboard box. "You've got 10 minutes." I packed my stuff in silence, my mug with Lily's drawing on it, a photo of her at the park, my notebook full of system documentation. Security stood by the door, waiting. As I walked past, Derek said it loud enough for everyone to hear. "Don't worry, man. The system's super simple. She just made it look complicated to keep herself relevant." Kyle laughed. I realized it then. This wasn't sudden. Kyle's desk was already set up. My name was already gone from the system directory. He'd been planning this for weeks. I walked to my car in the freezing rain and broke down. That night, I checked my final paycheck. It was nearly $600 short. I emailed HR. They replied the next morning. Per management review, missing inventory flagged under your oversight, funds withheld to offset company loss. I had no proof it was wrong. I didn't have access to the system anymore. I couldn't pull the logs, couldn't show the records. I was behind on rent. Christmas was 2 days away. Lily kept asking if Santa was still coming. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I held it together. Barely. Then Jenna texted me. Jenna was a coworker, one of the few who didn't look away when I got walked out. Emma, I'm so sorry. Derek's telling everyone you were let go for performance issues, that you couldn't keep up. She sent a screenshot. Company Slack channel. Derek had written, "Sometimes you have to cut dead weight. No hard feelings." I stared at my phone. 3 years. I gave that place 3 years. I built that department from nothing. And this was how it ended. On Christmas Eve, I drove by the warehouse to drop off some Tupperware I'd borrowed from Jenna weeks ago. I told myself I wasn't checking, but I was. Through the window, I could see them, Derek and Kyle, laughing, toasting with eggnog in my old office. I sat in my car and cried again. December 26th. Jenna called me in a panic. "Emma, the system crashed." "What?" "It crashed during the post-holiday return rush. Inventory numbers are completely wrong. Clients are furious. Kyle has no idea how to fix it." I could hear Derek yelling in the background. Did he call IT? He tried. They can't do anything without the authentication code. Derek's losing it. I didn't say anything. "Emma?" "He tried to call you. Then he blocked your number when you didn't answer." An hour later, I got a text from an unknown number. "We need the password to the backup server. This is company property. Send it or we'll sue." It was Derek, using Kyle's phone. I didn't respond. Later that night, Jenna called again. "He told corporate you sabotaged the system before you left." That's when I stopped feeling scared and started feeling angry. Lily asked me that night, "Mommy, are you sad because of work?" I looked at her, 5 years old, eating cereal for dinner because I couldn't afford anything else yet, and I realized something. I didn't do anything wrong, and Derek wasn't going to get away with this. Here's what Derek didn't know, what he never bothered to ask. I didn't just use that inventory system. I built it. George gave me admin access. Let me design the whole thing. The architecture, the workflows, the security. I had backdoor access to logs, histories, timestamps, everything. The system required a secondary authentication code. Only George and I knew it. Derek never asked for it. He just assumed Kyle could figure it out. And here's the other thing. I still had my work laptop at home. I was supposed to return it. But in the chaos of being escorted out, nobody checked. I logged in that night, held my breath. I was still in the system. I started digging. Inventory discrepancies, but not the ones Derek blamed me for. These started after he took over. Entries showing stock marked as damaged or returned, but never actually logged out. Invoices that didn't match shipment logs. And then I saw it. Derek's user activity, late-night edits, manual overrides, deleting records. He'd been skimming, selling extra inventory on the side and covering it up. The inventory errors he blamed me for, they were his. Every click he made, every lie he typed, the system recorded it, and I had it all. I called Ray the next morning. "Ray, it's Emma." "Emma." His voice softened. "I'm sorry about what happened. It wasn't right." "I know, and I need your help." He was quiet for a moment. "What do you need?" "Physical inventory logs, the handwritten ones from the floor. Do you still keep those?" "Yeah. Derek doesn't look at them. Thinks they're a waste of time." Can you pull the last 6 months? Why? Because the numbers aren't going to match what's in the system, and I can prove it. Ray didn't ask anything else. I'll get them. I also called Monica, a paralegal friend from my community college days. We hadn't talked in months, but she picked up on the second ring. Emma? Hey, I need advice. I told her everything. She listened. Didn't interrupt. When I finished, she said, document everything, and don't go to HR. Go straight to the owner. Mr. Brennan? Yeah, he's semi-retired, but it's still his company. HR reports to the VP. And the VP is Derek's friend, right? Right. Then go over all of them. Meanwhile, Derek got more arrogant. He posted on LinkedIn about cleaning house and setting new standards. Jenna told me he threatened the team with write-ups if anyone contacted me. He tried to hire an IT contractor to reset the system. They couldn't do it without the authentication code. Then I got a letter. Certified mail. A cease and desist. Accusing me of unlawful system access. Demanding I turn over all passwords immediately. I didn't respond. Instead, I scheduled a meeting with Mr. Brennan. Jenna called me one more time before the meeting. Emma, Derek just got a $5,000 Christmas bonus. I closed my eyes. For what? Improving efficiency. That was it. That was the last straw. I walked into Mr. Brennan's office on December 30th with a folder full of printed logs, emails, and screenshots. Derek wasn't there yet. But I'd asked Mr. Brennan's assistant to call him in. Mr. Brennan looked confused. Emma, I thought, Derek said you left due to performance issues. That's not true, I said. And I can prove it. I laid it all out, 1 page at a time. System logs showing Derek manually altered inventory counts, invoices for shipments that were never recorded, screenshots of goods marked damaged that were actually sold through a second account I'd traced back to him. A timeline showing the discrepancies started the week Derek took over. The door opened. Derek walked in, saw me. His face went white. What is she doing here? His voice was sharp. She's not an employee anymore. No, I said. You made sure of that, right before Christmas, in front of everyone. She's lying. She's bitter. He looked at Mr. Brennan. She probably faked these logs. I stayed calm. The system timestamps every entry, your login, your IP address, your edits. Mr. Brennan pulled up the live system on his laptop. I walked him through it, step by step. Derek tried to flip it. She had access she shouldn't have had. That's George's fault. He gave her too much control. I built the system, I said. I tracked every shipment for 3 years without a single client complaint. You've been here 6 months and we've lost 4 accounts. The door opened again. Ray walked in. He had a stack of handwritten logs. Mr. Brennan, Ray said, these are the physical counts from the floor. Every day for the last 6 months. He set them on the desk. I'd already shown Mr. Brennan my digital logs. Ray's pages matched mine. They didn't match Derek's altered versions. Mr. Brennan's face hardened. Derek, these logs show over $20,000 in unaccounted inventory. Where is it? Derek stammered. Kyle must have... She had access. She could have... I have copies of every email, I said. Every edit. Every lie. I also filed a wage claim for the money you stole from my last check. Derek's face turned red. You can't prove anything. You're nobody. I looked him in the eye. I'm the person who built the thing you've been stealing from. And yeah, I can prove all of it. Silence. Mr. Brennan stood. Derek, you're suspended, effective immediately, pending a full investigation. You can't. Corporate will be notified. Auditors will be here by end of week. Derek looked at me, then at Mr. Brennan, then back at me. This is insane, Security will escort you out, Mr. Brennan said. The same security guard who walked me out 5 days ago stepped into the office. Derek stared at me one last time. I didn't say anything. Didn't gloat. I just watched him leave. 1 week later, Derek was officially terminated. Corporate found everything I did, and more. He was facing charges for theft and fraud. Mr. Brennan called me into his office again. Emma, I owe you an apology. Yes, I said. You do. He didn't flinch. I want to offer you your job back, with a promotion, operations manager, and a formal apology from the company. I didn't answer right away. I also want back pay, I said. The money Derek stole, and a raise. He nodded. Done. Kyle resigned quietly a few days later. No hard feelings. He admitted he was in over his head. I appreciated that. I took the job. On my terms. I rebuilt the system with better safeguards. Trained Jenna and Ray as backups so no one person ever had all the power again. My first day back, there was a nameplate on my new desk. Emma Torrance, Operations Manager. I opened my laptop. The system booted up. Smooth. Clean. Lily got her Christmas. A week late. But she didn't mind. And she got something better than toys. A mom who didn't back down. I didn't do this for revenge. I did it because I worked too hard to let someone like Derek erase me. For once, the system worked for me. And I didn't need anyone's permission to make it right. If you've ever been fired unfairly or watched someone steal credit for your work, I want to hear your story. Drop it in the comments. Where are you watching from? I read every single one, and your support means everything. This wasn't about revenge. It was about standing up when no one else would. If that resonates with you, hit subscribe. Let's build a community where we don't let people like Derek win. Thanks for listening. And remember, the ones who underestimate you, they're the ones who will regret it most. I'm Emma, and I'm just getting started.